All right, if you run a small business, I have a feeling this is going to look pretty familiar. You know that feeling, right? Just buried under a mountain of paperwork. We're talking invoices, expenses, reports. It feels like a never-ending battle. Well, today, we're going to talk about how AI automation can take you from all that chaos to, finally, some financial clarity. This quote just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Every single hour you spend manually typing in data from a receipt or chasing down some unpaid invoice, that's an hour you're not spending talking to your customers or dreaming up your next big idea. It's not just a time suck, it's a direct hit to your wallet and your ability to grow. For the longest time, the fix for this, automation, seemed like it was only for the big guys, companies with a whole team of developers. But what if that's not true anymore? What if the power to automate all that financial busy work is actually available to everyone right now? Okay, so first, let's really dig into what we're calling the financial grind. This is the stuff that makes up the day-to-day reality for millions of entrepreneurs. As we go through this next list, just nod along. I've got a feeling you're going to recognize more than a few of these. Okay, let's be real. Chasing down late payments, manually typing in numbers from invoices and receipts, reconciling everything at the end of the month, it's not just annoying, right? It's a total productivity killer. And honestly, it's where costly mistakes happen. Plus, it makes it almost impossible to know where your business really stands financially at any given moment. So we've all agreed on the problem. Now let's get to the good part, the solution. And it's called the no-code answer. So what is no-code automation? Well, the beauty of it is right there in the name. It gives you, the person who knows your business inside and out, the power to build these amazing automated systems without writing a single line of code. It's kind of like giving a chef a fully stocked kitchen instead of asking them to, grow the carrots first. And this right here is the perfect way to think about it. If you've ever used something like Squarespace or Wix to build a website, then you've already used a no-code tool. You just drag, you drop, and it works. No-code automation takes that exact same super intuitive idea and applies it to your business finances. Now, you might also hear the term low-code thrown around. They're similar, but low-code is really for people who have a bit of programming knowledge and want to add some custom tweaks. For today, we're sticking with no-code because that's the one that's truly for everyone. All right, so how does this magic actually happen? You're probably thinking it's complicated, but you might be surprised by how simple and logical it all is. It really just boils down to 3 simple steps. First, you pick a trigger. That's the starting event, like a customer placing an order. Second, you set the actions. That's the chain of stuff you want to happen automatically, like, say, create an invoice and then email it to them. And third, you just let it run. Once it's set up, that little workflow just works for you, 24/7 in the background. So that's the theory, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's talk about the results, because this is where it gets really exciting. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Does this stuff actually make you or save you money? Is there a real return on investment? Well, the data says, oh yeah. Okay, let's look at some real numbers. Take a startup called 2030 Builders. By automating some of their key processes, they saved, get this, $50,000 a year. That's basically the cost of a full-time employee that they didn't have to hire. Just incredible. And that's not all for them. That same company also saw an 80% return on their investment in a no-code tool. Let's break that down. For every single dollar they put into the technology, they got $1.80 back. That's a no-brainer. And it's not just about saving money, it's about speed. We're seeing sales teams become 50% more efficient, closing deals way faster. And other companies have cut their legal review times in half. It's all about doing more, but in less time. And think about this. The impact goes beyond just your own team. A healthcare provider used this stuff to cut down patient wait times by a whopping 63%. In today's market, giving your customers that kind of amazing experience, that's a total game changer. And just look at this table. It shows you this isn't just for one type of business. We're talking marketing, education, real estate, healthcare. The story is exactly the same across the board. Automation isn't just a nice little efficiency tool. It's a huge strategic advantage. Okay, now for what I think is the most exciting part. How can you actually get started and put this power to work in your own business? The best advice is to start small. Look for what they call the low-hanging fruit. Those super repetitive but really important financial tasks that are just eating up all your time right now. Here are some perfect places to start.
Imagine, a new order comes in and an invoice is just sent automatically. A receipt hits your inbox and it's filed and categorized without you lifting a finger. A payment is late and a polite reminder email goes out on its own. This isn't science fiction. This is what you can set up today.
And the time savings are just staggering. Companies that help businesses set this up, like Neuracore, are reporting they save their clients over 15 hours a week. For a small business owner, that's like getting 2 extra workdays back every single week. So I'll just leave you with this question. What would you do with an extra 15 hours every week? Would you focus on growing the business, or maybe just reclaim a little bit of your life back? The choice is yours. The era of financial chaos can be over. The tools to build a smarter, more profitable business are literally right there, waiting for you.